The Sunshine Ladies Tour headed north to Sun City, the venue for the Sun International Challenge, the Gary Player Country Club, host also to the annual Nedbank Golf Challenge and a true institution in South African golf. The ladies went well on day one and with a bit more course knowledge were ready to take on the course for the second round. Big hitting Nabushle Dlamini dominated proceedings on day one, carding a 4-under par opening total, the Swazi with a 3-stroke lead. Bertine Strauss started the day 6 back but showed just why she's the holder of an LPGA Tour card. She put her opening 74 behind her and looked to move up the leaderboard and into contention. Birding the opening 3 holes certainly helped her cause. Italy's Elisabetta Bertini's long putt here at 9, a very long-range birdie effort. She opened with a 75 and went 1 better on day 2, but despite putts like that, she never threatened the lead. The number of international flags on the Sunshine Ladies Tour leaderboard seemed to be increasing. Lejean Luthwaite had opened with a 73 and, like Strauss, was keen to hit the accelerator on day 2 and add to her Investec Cup points tally. A birdie opportunity at 4 there, and the chase to the Investec Cup for ladies final is nearing the end, and a top 10 spot is on many girls' agenda. Melissa Eaton had shown a return to form over the past 2 events in Cape Town and George. This her birdie at 9 on her way to a level par 72. She'd finished the day in a tie for 9th. Nicole Garcia at 4. And the girls really going for that pin at the par 3. Nicole, no exception. Wow, that's a good shot. Good shot into that green protected by water on a very, very hot day, where the umbrellas were out to shield from the hot sun out in the Pilanesberg. Carrie Park having a good season here at the 9th hole, coming off a birdie at the 8th. Park has been on the leaderboards throughout the season and her breakthrough win can't be far off. That's a fantastic effort right there. Luthwaite now back at the 4th hole. This for her birdie. Lejean having birdie the second as well. Very good putt and 2 under through 4 holes. Another promising young talent out here on the ladies tour. Park tidying up at 9 for an outward 34 thanks to 7 pars and back-to-back birdies to finish off the 9. Very good work for the Korean over what is a difficult stretch. Back to 4 now and Garcia's birdie attempt after that great tee shot. Nicole hovering just outside the top 10 on the Investec Cup points table and will be desperate to crack the top 10 on the 10th of March. Stacey Bregman is inside that top 10. Here's her approach to the 14th. Bregman still winless in 2016 but never far off the lead. That led to a birdie at 14, one of only 2 for her in round 2, on a day she'd rather put behind her. Catch up here with overnight leader Nabushle Dlamini at the 4th looking to save par. She'd birdied the second hole and with that putt remained on 5 under for the week through 4 second round holes. Having made birdies on 6 and 8, here is Lejean Luthwaite's approach to the par 5 9th. It's her 3rd shot. Looked good through the air, once again very accurate. Lejean having a blistering front 9 in the Sun City heat. Bertine Strauss up at 14 looking to save par. She turned in 34 and birdied 10 as well, so really trying to put pressure on Dlamini. 1 under for the week through 14 holes and a valuable par save there from Strauss. Monique Smith for her birdie at the 9th hole. She started the week with a level par 72, had to turn in 2 under. Smith continuing to play well since her Tshwane Ladies Open victory. Her eye on the overall Investec Cup prize. Lejean Luthwaite now for her birdie at 9 and to turn in 31 strokes. And very well done. With that, she was 4 under for the week, breathing down Dlamini's neck after a fantastic outward 9 holes. Kim Williams now at the same hole, the par 5 9th. Williams was having a bit of a mixed bag to start her second round. Pars, bogeys, double bogeys and a couple of birdies all thrown in for an outward 38. She'd signed for a 76 and finished the day tied for 9th. Up to the par 5 14th hole, Monique Smith, who possesses a very strong iron game, showed that here with her 3rd shot. Very good there from the 3-time Sunshine Ladies Tour winner, and a birdie chance for Smith. Dlamini now at the turn after a bogey at 6, looking to get back to 5 under par, and neatly done for an outward 35, and at that stage a 1-stroke lead. Nicole Garcia found sand with her 3rd at 14, then played this delightful bunker shot to save par. Great touch there from Nicole. That a result of hours of practice. She'd signed for a 73, end the day in a tie for 5th going into the final round. Back to the 10th and the leader Nabushle Dlamini with her 3rd shot into the par 5 and very well played there. She'd hold that putt and move to 6 under par. Back up to Monique Smith looking to capitalise on her good 3rd shot into the par 5 14th An assured-looking putting stroke there by Smith. She'd finished the day level par as she started it and going to round 3 in 4th place. Meanwhile, the field made their way through the back 9 at the Gary Player Country Club. Bertine Strauss with her third at the last after a birdie at 17. Strauss 4 under at the time. And with that amazing chip in, moved to 5 under. Second round 67, 3 under for the week. And a very good performance there from Strauss. She'd played herself into contention on day 2. Nobody though would catch Dlamini at the top of the leaderboard. This her chip at the 14th, which would lead to a birdie, a very good second round performance.
Played the par 5s really well. I had good chips close to the green. Made the 1 putts, birdied all par 5s, so I was quite chuffed with that. And had a good finish. Was getting a little bit impatient with the putting, but I birdied number 16 and 17. Unfortunately dropped on the last hole, but I'm still happy.
An inward 34 added to her outward 35 meant Dlamini's 69 was good enough to give her a 4-stroke lead going into the final round and a shot at the Sun International Ladies Challenge title. Confirmation there of Dlamini's lead, but a very talented chasing pack lay in wait at Sun City ahead of an exciting final day. A slightly cooler day greeted the ladies for the final round of the Sun International Ladies Challenge as the Gary Player Country Club course lay in wait to challenge the competitors. Going through their paces on the range, really a time to find some rhythm and a good mindset ahead of the challenge. Monique Smith hunting Investec Cup points. Bertine Strauss looking to continue where she left off, and the overnight leader Debushe Dlamini in search of the Sun International Ladies Challenge. And with that, they were underway for the final round. Kim Williams finished the week in a tie for 11th place with Melissa Eaton, and she coincidentally also is in 11th place on the Investec Cup points table with just 1 event to go. Bertine Strauss, having started the day 4 back of leader Debushe Dlamini, made a birdie at the first hole to set out her intentions early on, but she couldn't foresee what would unfold for Dlamini. Monique Smith, having also birdied the first hole, was looking to keep her early momentum going, and that birdie at 2 moved her from level par to 2 under, with Leanne Pace playing abroad, Smith wanting to close the gap at the top of the Investec standings. Dlamini, starting the day on 7 under 4 strokes clear, made a bogey at the first hole, and with Strauss's birdie, the 4-stroke lead was halved after the opening hole, things changing very quickly at Sun City. Nicole Garcia's iron play was fantastic all week, especially on the par 3s. This would set up a birdie at 4, which moved Garcia to 1 under for the day after starting birdie, bogey, par. Dlamini took 8 shots to get to year on the par 5 second after finding a lot of trouble along the way. She sank this for a 9 but dropped 5 strokes in the opening 2 holes. An unfortunate start to say the least, and suddenly the tournament was wide open. Up at 7, and Spain's Maria Huertal made a birdie on her way to another top 10 finish. The Spaniard showing her game in George last week and played very well once again, this time in the heat at Sun City. At the par 3 7th, here's Nicole Garcia making yet another birdie on a par 3. She birdied 3 of the 4 par 3s on the final day. Garcia playing well over the Gary Player Country Club layout. Agatha Souzan at the par 5 9th hole for her birdie. She turned in 34 after birdies at 2 and there at 9 with a string of pars in between. The French national going well on South African soil. Bertine Strauss level par after a bogey at 2, this for a birdie at 7 and to move to 4 under par. With that, Bertine extended her lead over Dlamini to 2 strokes and 3 strokes ahead of Monique Smith. Agatha Souzan at the 10th now, also a par 5. Back-to-back par 5s around the turn at Sun City. And as she did at 9, the French national made a birdie to move to 3 under par for the day, bogey-free through 10 holes. Carrie Park had another fine week on the Sunshine Ladies Tour. She finished in 7th place on her own and sits in 6th place on the Investec Cup points table. Pace and Smith have a hold on that at the moment, but a good week at Huddle Park could put Park right in the mix. Dlamini had this for eagle at the par 5 9th hole, hoping to undo some of the earlier damage. She'd have to settle for a birdie though and turn in 4 over 40, and not at all what she'd hoped for, and would have to dig deep over the back 9. Strauss, meanwhile, was taking full advantage of Dlamini's misfortune as she made a birdie at the 10th, her putting definitely a feature of her game. Birthday girl Monique Smith at the 14th after a bogey at 13 would immediately bounce back and then par the remaining 4 holes to secure 3rd place on her own and also cement 2nd spot on the Investec Cup points table. Dlamini at 10, fresh off that birdie at the 9th hole, but although presented with a par 5, she couldn't keep the pressure on Strauss. Dlamini would go on to claim 2nd place on her own on 2 under par, just 2 holes her undoing. Nicole Garcia played this wonderful tee shot into the 16th hole, a testing par 3. Shots like that helped her to 5th place on her own, and she stands in 12th on the Investor Cup points table with one more event counting before the final. Agatha Suzon here at 18. And that birdie secured her 4th place on her own on level par for the week at 2 under par 69. A very handy way to wrap things up at Sun City for the French lady. Strauss, meanwhile, bogeyed 14, got that back immediately at 15, and then secured a par at the 16th. And with that, her victory was all but assured.
I went into the day 4 shots behind her Bushley, and she picked up some trouble on the opening holes, and so I was in a bit of a different position than what I thought I was going to be after 2 holes. But we kept on having a good go at it from there, and I just managed to keep myself a little bit ahead for the most part of the day, and then managed to get 3 ahead with 3 to go. So that took the pressure off a little bit, and then just made 3 pars coming in, and then that was good enough at the end of the day.
That her tap-in par at 17, as she made her way to the 18th, satisfied that not only had she claimed the win, but a move into the top 10 of the Investec points standings. Obviously a great achievement for the LPGA rookie, who missed a portion of our season to take care of business over there, and she knows another good week at the Supersport Ladies Challenge will earn her a spot at Millvale. With Strauss at the top, confirmation of the top 10 at the Sun International Ladies Challenge after 3 great days out at Sun City.
I mean, obviously that takes a big pressure off of me. I missed a few events to go and play out on the LPGA, and I left a lot of work for myself with the last 2 events. So to get the win here, it just makes it so much easier next week, and I'm looking forward to play at Huddle Park and then hopefully at Millvale.
Strauss in 10th place on the standings after the Sun International Ladies Challenge, with Leanne Pace leading the 2016 chase to the Ladies Investec Cup. From the highlights team at Sun City, it's goodbye. Next stop, the Supersport Ladies Challenge.